Hello guys, my name is Franklin and today we are going to uh, talk about installing a Jupyter notebook on an EC2 instance. Specifically, this EC2 instance we're using today is a Red Hat instance. The first thing we are going to do is to open the port 8888 that the Jupyter notebook will use. So we need to open the port 8888. Our our instance is already running. The prerequisite for this video is for you to have a running EC2 instance, and you should need to be able to install and run an EC2 instance. So for the purpose of this video, we're using a Red Hat instance again, and we want to open the port 8888 on the server. All we have to do is go to the security tab and open the port 8888. We edit the inbound rules and we want to open the specific port because that's the port that Jupyter Notebook uses. The next step is to install get while that is running, we are going to search for the link to install Anaconda. We are on Linux, so we want to install a Linux version. We need to copy this link. This is complete. We're going to download. We use the tool called wget to get the script that will install Anaconda for us. Now that it's completed, we will run the script that we just downloaded. Press enter, and we're continuously pressing enter. You have to press enter until you get to the bottom of the page. Bear with me, guys. And then we'll type yes. It's choosing a location where the Anaconda will be found. So we are going to accept this location as a default location. Or we could place it in the opt folder. Oh, we made a mistake. We'll have to redo it again. Yes. We accept the default location, Anaconda 3. And now it's going to unpack everything and complete the installation for us. After this is installed, we have to configure the path environment variable. The path environment variable stores a list of locations on the server where the operating system can find softwares or apps or commands to run. So our Anaconda 3 is in the EC2 user in our home directory. So we are going to add this particular location to the path environment variable. And matter of fact, we're going to add the bin directory that is found in this location. So it will be /EC home /EC2 user /Anaconda3 /bin. Because the bin folder contains all the Python and all the Jupyter and all the tools that are necessary for Jupyter to run very well. Now we have the Anaconda tree. We can go to the bin directory, and it contains all the tools that are necessary for Anaconda to run very well. So we need to include the path to this location. We need to include the path to this location in the path environment. We're on RedHat. We have to modify the .bash rc file, and we're using VI here. Vim, I'm sorry. Now we have to reload the content of that file. If we say which Python, it will show us the path to the Python. If we say which Jupyter, I think Python 3.2 is included. Alright, so now our Python points to, now our path points to all the locations where we need our Jupyter and our Pythons to run from. The next thing is to set up a password for Jupyter Notebook, and for that we need to run ipython, and then we'll do from ipython.lib import password. We'll run the password we'll run the password function, and we'll choose a password. For now, we'll call it Jupyter password. Jupyter with a Y password. We have to copy this text. We have to copy it. Now that we have a password that is set already, we are going to configure the Jupyter notebook. So we'll do Jupyter notebook generate config. It's going to generate a file in the .jupyter folder. So we are going to edit that file. We're in the file. We have to configure the password. We have to set the password in this file. So we'll first paste the password here for now, and we have to configure the password. We'll call the get config folder conf.notebook app.ip. We want to give it any IP so anybody can connect to it from any IP. To prevent us from typing too much, we can copy and paste. Now we have to configure the password equals to u, and now is the time to copy this password that we had from our previous. Okay, we can delete that for now. We also have to set the port to where it's going to run. I'm using Vim and I'm using all the shortcuts. I'm going to make another video for how to use the shortcuts for Vim. And the port we chose was 8888. So we are accepting any parameter here. We are accepting any IP address 0.0.0.0. We are setting a password and we want everything to be on the port 888. So that's on the port where the Jupyter Notebook website will be served. Now we have done that, we can create a directory that we might call our notebooks, and we will seed it to our notebooks, and we will call a Jupyter notebook from there, and it's going to serve our page. Now, how do we access our notebook? The best way to access our notebook is through the browser. And how do we have access to that? We need the domain name of our server. And how do we get the domain name? This is it right here. We'll copy this link and we'll serve it to the browser. But we'll have to take away the S because we're not accepting any 443 incoming connection. We're only accepting on 888. So now the page is being served. I put in a wrong password, it denied. So we entered the wrong password, and but we remember our password that we chose some minutes ago was Jupyter password. I seem to have entered the wrong password again. Okay, now we are in. So we were able to launch and install Jupyter Notebook, install and launch Jupyter Notebook on an EC2 server. We can create a new Jupyter Notebook, and for example, we could, let's say we wanted to work on the stock market, and we could say pip install Y Finance. And now, so basically this is the end of the video. We were able to install Jupyter Notebook on an EC2 instance. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be glad to hear any comments or any suggestions you might have about our YouTube channel. Thank you. See you at the top.